Hey, hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Let's review scores for a couple games that were played here on Tuesday, and then we'll make picks for Wednesday for the three games that are on the board. Tuesday, things started off with Toronto and Montreal. Toronto handled Montreal no problem. Nylander with another goal to continue his streak. Thornton even got one there. They did have Campbell in net. He played well. 4-0 for Toronto. We got that one right, which was awesome. The next game was a little different. Nashville and Carolina. If anybody watched this game, I think it was seriously the game with the worst calls I've seen so far. There was a goaltender interference call in the second period on a goal that Carolina had on Saros, and a goaltender interference call was made. On the ice, it was ruled a goal, and then it was challenged, and it was overturned. Absolutely brutal. Should not happen in playoff hockey. Anyway, I don't want to get worked up about that. Natchez, he had a beautiful wraparound goal to tie the game up, put it into overtime. Stahl got the winner. Carolina got the win. That was what mattered. That's what happened, and that was awesome. That was my best bet, so that record goes to 7-4, which is great. Overall picks were 2-0, which is also great. That record goes to 21-16, and now we'll try to keep that streak rolling for Wednesday and see what happens. We've got Pittsburgh and the Islanders. New York, they're going to have Sorokin in net, I'm pretty sure. Pittsburgh, I think, is going to have Jari in net, obviously, in this Mass Mutual East Division. Monday, the Islanders claimed a victory in the second overtime period to put a chokehold on Pittsburgh here. And now with an opportunity to win the series at home. The final was 3-2. Eberle, he tied the game up for the Islanders in the third. And then Bailey, he got the winner early in the second overtime period. Sorokin, he made 48 saves, played unreal. And, I mean, games between these two have been real hard battles. I mean, just like all the other series, I guess. Pittsburgh outshot the Islanders in this game 50-28. Somehow the Islanders made it through a really rough second period where they were outshot 20-4. But it was impressive the way that Bailey did what he did in the second overtime period. I mean, it was a great play. Getting the puck from Jari and then following it up and getting his own goal like that. It was impressive. But you're exhausted by that point. I mean, I know they're conditioned and they're elite athletes, but by the second overtime period, they're exhausted. I mean, you just see it. But it was good. All games here have potential elimination factors, and I think Pittsburgh could be the team that gets eliminated here on Wednesday. I'm going to go Islanders home team to win the game, Pittsburgh to be eliminated. That's my pick. Next game, we got Florida against Tampa. Tampa is going to have Vasilevsky listed to be in net. Florida is going to have Spencer Knight to be in net. We all know that. Tampa has a 3-2 lead in this series. Spencer Knight was incredible in his postseason playoff debut on Monday when the Panthers fought off elimination and they won that game 4-1. That victory over Tampa. When Monday's game began, I'm sure a lot of people thought, especially when Tampa had one shot on goal and then they had a 1-0 lead, they thought that series was all over, but it wasn't like that. Uyghur, he evened it up in the second, and then Marchman, he gave the Panthers a 2-1 lead. They took that lead going into the third, and then Hornquist, the veteran, he gave him an insurance goal, and then Petrano, he got the final goal. I mean, Huberdeau got a couple assists, Barkov and Bennett with assists as well. I mean, it was a team effort and backed up by Spencer Knight, who played phenomenal. I know Kucherov's going to be back in the lineup, and Florida's going to have to deal with that, but I think if Spencer can stand up the way that he did and play the way that he did in this game, I see this being pushed to a game 7. I'm going Florida, visiting team here, who I still think is the better team to win the game and beat Tampa. That's my pick, Florida. Last game, we've got Vegas against Minnesota. Minnesota, Talbot listed to be in net. Vegas, obviously Marc-Andre Fleury listed to be in net in this Honda West Division. The Wild showed up on Monday and won the last game played between these two in Vegas by a score of 4-2 to avoid elimination. Monday's game was a bit of a defensive game for the Wild. Vegas outshot the Wild 40-14. Minnesota won 52% of the faceoffs. The hits were fairly even. It was 48-44 in favor of Vegas. Kaprizov, he scored his first NHL playoff goal, which was great. Talbot, I mean, he made 38 saves and he played really well. Dumba played solid. You know, I know Stone is a threat for Vegas, and I think he's got 4 goals in his last 5 games, so they're going to have to find a way to contain him, and they'll have a plan. But Minnesota, you got Parise back in the lineup, which is a big added asset. He looked really good in game 5. And, I listen to post-game interviews from the coaches and the players. And then I also, if I have the opportunity, I listen to post-morning skate interviews from the coaches and the players just to get a feel of what's going on and how these guys are feeling. And I like this Wild team. This Wild team is confident. They're humble. I think they're going to win this game. On the other hand, you listen to Vegas and they're borderline arrogant. If it's confidence, great, but I think it's borderline arrogance. And they're not going to win this game. Not at the XL Energy Center. I see Talbot winning and Minnesota getting this victory and pushing to a game 7. Something that we got to take a serious look at here. You look at that last game. Minnesota only had 14 shots on goal and they got 4 goals. Marc-Andre Fleury, he is a phenomenal, incredible goaltender, one of the best in the league. But he's 36 years old. We all have to admit what age does to us. It's shitty, but it's real. Then you got to take a look at that series that just happened. Winnipeg sweeping Edmonton. Mike Smith, phenomenal, great goaltender. But guess what? 39 years old. It's a tough league. Hard for these guys. That's a tough position to play that much hockey. I like Minnesota. Minnesota's my pick to keep it going. Push it to game 7. Minnesota to get the win. Florida to get the win over Tampa. The Islanders to eliminate Pittsburgh. Best bet, I'm going to make it Minnesota Wild. See if we can keep that streak going. And then I'm going to do a single bet, and I'm going to do a 2-game parlay. My 2-game parlay, I'm going to go Islanders money line at 1.9, and I'm going to parlay that with Minnesota money line at 2.15. And then I'm going to do a single bet, probably a fairly decent one on Florida, which pays 2.25. That's what I'm going to do. We got a 7-game solid winning streak going right now. I'm really hoping we can keep that going for everybody. Good luck, everyone, with your bets, your picks. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.